Welcome back to the Freedom Podcast. My name is Adrienne Rose, and here we discuss all things related to mind, body, spirit, freedom of living your most authentic, fulfilling, passionate life. So, freedom for me means having the emotional, mental autonomy to make conscious choices that are most beneficial, not only to me, but everyone around me. And sometimes freedom, we think of it in terms of like our country, like physical freedom, but we really need a space to focus on emotional freedom. Emotional freedom is when you are no longer burdened by subconscious patterns or traumas or baggage that's driving you. 90% of our actions are actually governed by our subconscious mind. And so it's always been really fascinating to me to get in and explore that in depth. So that's my goal with the space. If you're new here, please like and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to leave me comments and let me know where you are on your freedom journey. We're going to dive right into a deep subject today. So I wanted to discuss the nature of hot versus beautiful. So to put it quite simply, hot is attraction. Hot is base level primal instinct, usually sexual. What is beautiful? Beautiful is connection. When you see a hot person, you know exactly what that is. It's TNA, it's base sexual instinct. When men are around a beautiful woman, that's what leaves a lasting impression. That creates long-term interest. They're going to be thinking about a beautiful woman that's in their life. Hot girls are everywhere. Hot can be manufactured in a surgeon's office. Beauty is cultivated, it's curated, it's earned. Hot gets attention, beauty earns devotion. Beauty does not fade. Beauty is timeless. What actually makes someone beautiful? Well, I believe beauty is light. How much light we are internally. That sounds like a foofy, fairy dippy answer to that, but think about it. So whenever you have gone through something that was difficult, pain, suffering, a hard spot in your life, it caused you to seek out answers, right? That is the pursuit of knowledge or enlightenment. And whenever we gain wisdom, we are filled with light, enlightened. And the light is what activates us. We are filled with more wisdom, love, intention, compassion, empathy. All of those things are qualities of beauty. So anyone can be hot. It takes no skill, no emotional investment to be hot. Hot is a head turner, but it lasts for an instant. It's fleeting. When we experience a beautiful person, that's something that never fades. And it doesn't matter how old you get. Like, my grandmothers are in their 80s. I have aunts in their 80s, and they are so beautiful to me. Their wisdom and their fierceness of, being a mother and then a grandmother, and how much love they pour into the family, like that makes them beautiful and nothing could ever take that away from them. Or, we look at like rock stars, like some of the rock stars from the 70s and the 80s, they are not physically necessarily handsome men. However, women throw themselves at their feet. And why? Because they're expressing their talent, charm, wisdom, all these things that are cultivated. Witnessing the soul's expression is always beautiful. Why? Because if you believe in God, we are, in essence, mini gods, right? God created us in his image. God is the divine. We are mini sparks of the divine, right? So some people say that God is pure love and light. Well, when we are expressing the fullest potential of our soul, when we are showing love, empathy, kindness, talent, we are expressing the divine potential within us. And that is like being in the presence of God. It's like seeing the face of God, seeing an athlete, compete at his peak performance, like seeing a talented artist hone their craft and express that and release that energy, a beautiful orchestra, witnessing that is beautiful. Hot. Anyone can parade around in a thong. Not that thongs are bad or I have anything against expressing yourself sexually, but it can't be the only thing that you have. Now, I know beautiful people that are also very hot, but beneath the surface, they have the goods to back it up, basically. So you don't want to strive for hotness. And the mistake I see a lot of people make is that they think that being hot is going to get them love. What we all crave more than anything else is love, right? Like we all want to have a spiritual experience. We all want to be connected back with our divine creator. I believe that when we're born, we kind of born with amnesia and we don't really remember what heaven is like or what the other side is like. And I think that's why people do drugs and seek escape and seek, sexual connection, even though it's very short lived. We are seeking that reunion or that divine energy. We are seeking a spiritual experience. We mistake the superficial as a replacement for the divine. Nothing could ever be better than truly connecting with your soul's essence or witnessing it. That is beautiful. That can never be taken away. I see it all the time. Like, I live in South Florida. Everybody, the 18-year-old checkout clerk at Dunkin' Donuts has a BBL and a face full of plastic surgery. And not that there's anything inherently wrong with that. You can do whatever you want. In fact, I will fight for your right to express yourself in that way if that's what you choose. But it makes me sad to see that the real thing people are craving is connection. When you have a one-night stand with a hot person, right? Truthfully, everybody is seeking love. That's the ultimate goal. But we make these attempts to gain connection through hollow, shallow experiences. You can have a one-night stand, and the woman who is, using her sexuality, like using her hotness in order to attract a man, is often very shocked to find that after the one-night stand that he ghosts her. I think that all men secretly resent a woman after sex who has nothing else to offer. And I think that that's where the ghosting comes into play. I think that all men really, truly, and women are longing for love, even though they're not consciously aware of it. So they're seeking out deeper meaning, even though they say, it's a one night stand. But then afterwards, there comes this on the woman's part, maybe a certain level of emptiness, like feeling used, feeling like that was unsatisfying. And then the man's part too, after he orgasms, the moment has passed, it's over. By the way, kings don't waste seed. I'm just throwing that out there. And ladies, between our legs is a portal to heaven, okay? Not everybody deserves access to that. I think it's really interesting because men will always revere and respect a woman who has healthy boundaries, who is able to say no. Men love a chase. Men love a woman who they can't have access to immediately. It keeps them interested. Okay, there's something more here. There's mystery. Like, what is this? They keep thinking about her. And this is not me like slut shaming. I personally don't care. I'm just saying, like, this is what I have observed. I've never been a fan of one night stands because I'm just like, why would I have like mediocre at best sex and give away a piece of my soul? Like, you don't get access to this. Like, not everyone gets access to you, and they shouldn't, because you're a treasure. You are the gold. Like, you're worth fighting for. So when you use hotness to attract sex, what's beneath the surface is people really want to attract love. They want connection. But then a lot of times, like, the hot girls are often shocked to find that the men want nothing to do with them the next day. They ghost them or have less respect for them. And because there was nothing after that, they wanted to be treated like wives, but they were advertising hot girl, one night stand. If you're advertising sex, don't be surprised when you don't get love. You are only advertising sex and hotness. And the men too, men ultimately want a woman that they can revere. They want a woman that they can respect and love and admire. And they want a beautiful woman. They don't really want a hot girl. Not really. Even if they say they do, internally on a soul level, what we want is love. And, you just look at, like, men in the past used to conquer lands for the women they love. They used to start wars for the woman they love. They built Taj Mahals for 22 years for the woman they love. Men love to pursue a worthy woman on that level. And, like, we have a whole society that's based on just surface level looks. I'm telling you that your flaws, perceived flaws externally, do not matter. Like, your a little bit of cellulite doesn't matter. Like, wrinkles doesn't matter. Your age doesn't matter. I think flaws and, like, perceived imperfections are actually what makes us the most beautiful. I think that all my friends are so beautiful and so handsome because their personalities and the way that they express themselves and their integrity, like their morals. Like I love them all so much for different reasons and they all have unique qualities. But a lot of the men that I've been most attracted to probably weren't necessarily like by society standards, GQ, but to me, they were so attractive because of their soul, because of their knowledge or how they treated others. What you think are flaws about you, they don't matter. Like it's your substance that makes you beautiful, or the things that you've cultivated throughout your life, like the pearls of wisdom. And beauty goes so much deeper than that and what creates it. I think a lot of times, two of the most beautiful people that I know have actually been through the most pain and suffering. There are people who have had great burdens to bear and then chose not to stay stuck in the darkness of that, but chose to pursue enlightenment and the silver lining and the insights between like what had happened to me and where I want to go. That's another element that creates a beautiful person. You know, like a kind heart never goes out of fashion. That's forever. Being classy, being elegant, well spoken. So, bottom line, hot gets attention. Beauty earns devotion. Men will spend a lifetime devoting themselves to a beautiful woman, but a hot girl, that's it. There's really nothing beneath the surface. So why would they work for that? You know, hot is instantaneous. Beauty is eternal. And I think as a culture and a society, I definitely see a shift. Like we have explored the hookup culture and realized that that doesn't work. Like, okay, great. We have Tinder. We know what that is now. That's not fulfilling. If promiscuous sex and one night stands and sexual liberation really was the answer, we wouldn't have a generation and a society that's been sicker than ever, more depressed than ever, on more anxiety and depression drugs. Like we would be healthier, we would be better, we would see the progress and we would see, you know, the needle starting to shift. If that was really the answer, we would see healthier society and a happier society, and we're not. We're seeing people feeling more isolated than ever, and people are looking for meaning. They want to have emotional connection. They want to have spiritual experiences. Surround yourself with beauty and become beautiful. You know, I've heard Zan Perion, who wrote The Alabaster Girl, which is a very beautiful book. I love very much, by the way. But I've heard him talk about that beautiful women are lonely. And I totally disagree. He's like, beautiful women are lonely because you know, women exclude them from their circles and men don't know what to do with them. Men want hot girls because they know what to do with a hot girl. TNA, I have sex with her and that's it. A beautiful woman, a lot of men don't know what to do with. And I completely disagree. I actually think that that could be like a step on the journey of your emotional evolution, right? Like for a beautiful person, it might feel lonely and isolating at first until you know what to do with the beauty. And I'm going to tell you a secret. It's really simple. The purpose of cultivating inner wisdom and enlightenment and soul is to shine it. That's it. The purpose of having inner beauty is to share it. It's to shine on others, hold them in the light and uplift them. Like we all want to be inspired. That's why throughout the ages, men have had muses that have inspired them. Men and women have been inspired by beauty. We are inspired by sunsets and nature and um, the emotions of a mother nurturing a child. And we are inspired by great acts of kindness. That's why we all love to see uplifting videos of somebody helping an injured animal or, you know, uplifting a homeless person and taking them in. We love to see transformation stories of incredible weight loss journeys and their rise to physical fitness and finding themselves. Like we love a hero's journey. And then it also reignites that spark of possibility within us. When we see and we are in proximity to beauty, it lets us know that we have permission to shine our light as well. And not only permission, it's necessary. We all want to feel an emotional response to something. We all crave connection. We all crave, you know, something to believe in, witness things that are bigger than us. When you see the soul being expressed to its potential, there's nothing more beautiful than that. So, always be working. Yes, you should always be working to cultivate that deeper soul level expression. And what's your potential? And your potential is going to be different than other people's. So don't compare yourself to others. Just do the inner work that only we can do for ourselves. Heal what can be healed. Pursue wisdom, knowledge, kindness, empathy, becoming the greatest version of yourself, and you will be timelessly beautiful. And I just want to tell you that in case no one's told you today, I think you are beautiful. You are a work of art. You are important no matter where you are on your journey. We're all at different places, so you cannot compare yourself with somebody else. Do not look at other people and feel less than. As long as you're showing up every day, as long as you pursue expressing your truest essence of yourself, you will always be beautiful and nothing can ever take that away from you. And listen, looks fade and that's okay. It's okay to age. You don't have to succumb to society's pressure for what they think is hot. True beauty, like I said, is internal and eternal. It's okay to age. I've chosen to age gracefully and I'm very excited, and you do the best you can. I feed my body loving, nourishing foods that are going to uplift it. I exercise, follow the 80-20 rule in life. Like 80% of the time, I'm pretty good, but um, I believe we all like pick our poison. I love wine. I'm going to indulge if I feel like it. And 80% of the time, I would say even 90% of the time, I'm pretty good about that kind of stuff. And yes, work on your fitness, read books that's going to improve your mental beauty and the wisdom of your soul. Like, do things that feed your inner beauty too. Consume art, enjoy sunsets. And when you surround yourself and you observe beauty, you become inspired and it allows your inner light to shine, which is what the world needs more of. We all need to be inspired and we all want more love. The planet needs more love. So go out there and shine your light, you gorgeous creature. And I love you, and you are beautiful and perfect just the way you are on your journey. Everyone is at different places in their journey. So don't ever let anyone make you feel that you are less than a marvelous wonder of God. You are. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this and let me know if you have any comments. I so enjoy hearing feedback. So hopefully you guys are enjoying your beautiful day and keep shining your light, and we'll talk soon. Cheers.